Well, hello there.
What's happening?
Not a lot. What's happening with you, sir?
You've heard. So, when does a problem become a syndrome?
That's a good question. I would think some manner of reoccurrence, or perhaps even a if it happens once, and it's steady, and there's no obvious, I guess, solution or cure, I suppose. Maybe that's part of it.
What's the difference then between a cure and, the difference between a syndrome and I guess it doesn't have to necessarily kill you or something. It could just be just annoying. Like you could be...
Yeah, I don't think you can label Zach as a syndrome, though. So are you experiencing a problem that you think might be evolving into a syndrome?
I would like to explore the edges. I would like to explore the edges of potentiality.
The edge of syndrome.
Right. That was actually the original. That was actually the original idea for the song. Of course, Lady Gaga.
Oh, yeah.
She was on the edge of syndrome. Right.
I was thinking it was my favorite Space 1999 episode, too. The Edge of Syndrome. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. I don't remember.
So moving on.
I remember Space 1999, of course. But I don't think I only remember it really because of the toys that I had, and then
makes sense.
The references to it. It was because it was a long time ago.
Yeah, it predated us, I think.
Why your head's so big? Why is your head so big?
I work on that, and I try not to be.
I'm gonna
guy.
I'm gonna try to match your head. There we go. That's somewhat better. Yeah. So, and people are like, no, that's okay. Back away.
Whoa, 3D.
It's quite fine the way it was.
Ooh, that would be weird. You remember those stereo vision dot things from the 90s? And then we're like, you either, I can't remember how you do, because it didn't work for me because I don't have stereo vision, but you either cross your eyes and it like moves some dots over on top of other dots, and then it creates that image or whatever. I wonder if people can do that with like us. If they can like mush both of us together and create like...
Well, if they like blur their eyes enough, then...
Yeah, where they can create like Marson.
Oh, that hurts.
That would be interesting to see what
actually, if I unfocus my eyes, hold on. I can actually make you clearer by unfocusing my eyes. What does that mean? Maybe that's what you're supposed to look like. I don't know
if that's a bad thing about you or a bad thing about me, or if it's even bad.
But
maybe it's a good
I don't think
thing.
it's a bad thing at all. Why is it a bad thing?
Maybe it turns out that I've been dead this whole time.
Nothing between us can be bad. Wait, it turns out you've been what?
Dead this whole time. And it's because I'm a spirit that you can like relax your eyes and I come into focus.
Oh.
Turns out I've been Bruce Willis this entire time.
I know. Wouldn't that be something?
It would be something, yes.
So the movie The China Syndrome.
Yes.
That was about like the nuclear. I think it was kind of like loosely related. It wasn't like kind of like a nod to 3 Mile Island kind of thing.
I think so. I have very, very little recollection of that movie. I remember watching it when it was on like cable back in the day, but I don't remember anything about it.
It was what's his name? John Lemon? Jack Lemon?
Jack Lemmon?
No, something. Jack Lemmon? Was that his name?
Jack Lemmon of Odd Couple fame.
Fonda. and not Walter Matthau.
Peter Fonda?
Jane Fonda, I think, right?
Jane Fonda. Okay, yeah.
There was Michael Douglas in it too. I feel like he should have been there too. I'm looking it up.
Man, I don't know. I am at a loss.
God, if I nailed this, I'm going to be... Dude.
You're going to be like Lord of TBS.
Jack Lemmon, Jane Fonda, Michael Douglas, Mike Drop.
I don't know anything about Mike Drop. Is he... is he in there? Oh, right. Okay. I get it. Mm-hmm. Very good.
I can't remember the name of a place that I go like on a regular basis yet. Somehow I can remember the name of the actors in a film.
You got the whole top billed cast
from 1979 that I have probably not seen since 1979.
Brains are weird.
When I was 6. Anyway,
are you looking at IMDb right now?
Apparently, it's a fanciful term that describes a fictional result of a nuclear meltdown. Because it melts through to China, of course, probably.
Oh, maybe.
I bet that's what it is. I bet that's
even though, as we established, China is not on the other side of the planet from here.
Not from here, but from somewhere.
It melts all the way through the Indian Ocean. See, that's what they should be saying.
Yes. It is. China's a fanciful term.
It's in the same hemisphere.
I like how they say a fanciful term that describes a fictional result of a nuclear meltdown where reactor components melt through their containment structures and into the underlying Earth, all the way to China.
Mm-hmm. And there's a farmer in the wilderness of China.
But why is it a
nuclear pile shoots out of the ground, and he's like, Americans.
But why is it a syndrome?
Yeah, there you have me. I don't know.
Do you know what I mean?
You can see like the China situation or the China result or something.
Why is China even involved? China's like, leave us alone. We didn't do this.
Yeah, what does this have to do with us?
It's not our fault. We don't call it like the American syndrome of our place.
Hey, pal, leave us out of this.
Or maybe they do.
They could. I wonder if they think if they do like if they have tales and cartoons and stuff where like a wisecracking rabbit digs straight down and comes out in like Philadelphia.
Bonks his head on the Liberty Bell?
Yeah, like it comes, that to them, digging all the way as far down as you could possibly go will put you out like in St. Louis.
I have a feeling they have better things to do. They're like, we're not digging.
Well, we apparently don't.
Why? Why we would actually like them to stay further away. Syndrome, according to dictionary, that dictionary, it's a group of symptoms which consistently occur together or a condition characterized by a set of associated symptoms. A characteristic combination of opinions, emotions, or behavior. Yeah, this is a syndrome. I feel like they're using the word syndrome. Yeah, I think they're using that. I don't think syndrome belongs.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like it's a good usage of that word. Makes a good movie title, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway,
because it's occurred to me that I think I'm operating under like on the edge of like almost chronic levels of sleep deprivation. I think that I'm functional, right? I'm fine and I'm safe between the hours of like 8 a.m. and 11 p.m.
Okay.
But it occurred to me, I got a message from somebody last night. Actually, 2 messages came in, kind of work related, and I'm looking at this, and I'm just staring at the paragraph, and
and it melts off your phone.
And I just wrote back to the person and said, "Yeah, I'm not going to process this tonight." The words I'm looking. I don't even know what this means. Like, and then in the morning, I was fine. I looked at it, like, oh, okay, yeah, it makes total sense. I get it. Yeah. But like at night, at 11 p.m., I know I shouldn't be looking at a work message anyway at 11 p.m. But yeah, and my really. Aura Ring thing, which I'm gonna chuck into the ocean, I think.
I don't know what it has to say about it.
Keeps telling me, Well, I feel like it's trying to be like the supportive mom or something. Like, hey, good job. Hey, you got 5 hours of sleep. Way to go. Let's try for a little bit more tomorrow. Like, and then registering it as good. Like that's not who thinks that that's good. No one thinks that that's good.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe the guy who hasn't gotten any sleep. He was like, yeah, 5 hours, that'd be great. If I could get 5 hours of sleep.
I guess it's taken the, well, it could be worse kind of position on that.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
so I just want hard, cold truths. I just want the truth.
Yeah.
Like, you are going to die if you don't sleep more. Like
Your sleep schedule is garbage.
Yeah, tell me that. Give me the hard. I don't want any of this like softball stuff.
Maybe there's a setting in there somewhere.
I wish there was like Carrot, like the Carrot app.
Yeah.
I wish there was like just in full of insults and tirades. That'd be great. Like, why are you even breathing?
How you're able to stand right now is a mystery.
Good job. You forgot to do it again. Good, nice going. Missing your move goal by 2 feet. Lazy.
Tyler Durden sleeps more than you.
I don't know who that is, but it's a funny name. I have to look that up?
You aren't aware of Tyler Durden? You haven't watched Fight Club?
Oh. Was that
well, then I'm certainly not going to spoil anything then.
No, I know. I've seen Fight Club. I just don't remember
okay.
the name of the characters. It's not like it's China Syndrome or something.
Well, kind of.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, which one? Oh, no, I don't want to spoil it for anybody.
Yeah, go out and see Fight Club.
Somebody hasn't seen it. Yeah. Okay.
And it's not about what you think it's about. It's about the opposite, actually.
So it's clear to me that there's some level of fatigue happening, right? So at some point, when does like fatigue become chronic fatigue? And then when does chronic fatigue become like chronic fatigue syndrome?
Ooh, okay.
You know what I mean?
So that presupposes that there is a middle ground where it can be chronic fatigue without being chronic fatigue syndrome. And I don't know that we've established that necessarily, but let's say that's the case.
I think there is. Yeah, because you're adding another word.
Well, yes, obviously.
You wouldn't need the syndrome.
You can tell it's chronic because the word chronic is in it.
Right.
It's a bit circular.
You don't have the fatigue sandwich yet. It's just chronic and then fatigue. Now you need this. It's like an open face sandwich. And now when you get the syndrome,
you've definitely been eating fatigue sandwiches lately. That's for sure. And I think we've got a show title. But yeah. So
I'm just wondering. I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah, okay. A very awake friend, but tired.
I don't know. It's curiosity.
Curiosity, yes.
So just to let everybody into my ridiculous morning routine, I'm going to regret this.
Everyone already supposed that something like this was the case.
When I was in California in April, something happened. Michelle's parents were in town, and I was appropriately in California, and she started getting up with the dogs earlier than they started getting up around 5 a.m. or so.
Oh wow!
Which they all agreed was fine. That was all fine.
Okay.
And then that still is happening, but it's not Michelle getting up with the dogs anymore. It's Jason getting up with the dogs. And they're relentless. And it starts with like they'll come to nudge. Luna gets her wet, cold nose under my elbow, and somehow like come on, like let's get up. And then I'll look at the phone. Like, okay, what time is it? I look at the phone. It's like 4:28. No, we are not getting up at 4:28. It's not happening. I'm sorry, it's not happening. I know you don't have to do anything. And then they're like, okay, fine. But at this point, Luna has now woken Sophie, and Sophie decides that since it's close to morning, I guess, this is the time where she's going to jump back into bed with us and sleep like a cat above our heads. Which, I don't know about you, it's not necessarily conducive to sound sleep.
No.
And then Luna will sometimes at this point, she'll have to make a decision as to whether she's going to go back in her crate and lay down and go to sleep, or not really to sleep, but just patiently wait, I guess, or impatiently wait. Or she'll jump up into bed with me and then try to like lay down next to me, like lengthwise. And at which point she will keep nudging me to like pet her. I'm like, stop! Like, we're not spooning. This is time to like we're like sleep, go to sleep, and then maybe she'll go back to sleep. So they'll go back to sleep usually, and sometimes I have to give them a little like no, and then they simmer down. It's like, okay, stop. Then around 5 a.m., or sometimes we don't get that pre-show, it's just the 5 a.m. show. That's when they'll start saying, okay, it's 5, let's go. I don't know how they know it's 5. I really don't, because the sun's not up. There's not even any twilight happening. It's just, they just figured it out. And so now, okay, we go out to the kitchen, and normally what will happen is I will give them like their morning medicine, which is basically the calm the heck down medicine. And then I will feed them, and then I will let them out. After they've done with their stuff, they come back in, and I will give them a bully stick, which we've talked about in the past. Haven't we talked about? I think we've talked about it in the past.
That's the treat thing that they get?
Well, yeah, you could call it a treat thing. Yeah. You might want to Google it later. What it is. Yeah. So, are you Googling it now?
Oh, no, I'm not.
Okay, good. Okay. So, and that's like, they'll chew on that for a bit of time. So typically at that point, I can like give that to them, and I can go back to bed, and I can sleep, and I can just sleep for maybe, well, it depends with the school year. If I'm getting up with Henry or something, it's like 6. The latest would be like 6:45 or so, or it's like whatever time I can make it to before the sun and the noise and everything gets me up. Okay. Or I just have to get up for some other things. That I can live with that kind of rhythm. That's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. However, Michelle and Henry, I don't know if we've talked about this on the show or not, but Michelle and Henry had COVID a few weeks ago.
Yes. I don't think we did, no.
And they self-isolate. They isolated, and they're like 2 different rooms. And I played the, all the roles of the movie, essentially, right? Lo and behold, I never got it. I tested every single day.
Still amazing to me.
There is no better way to wake yourself up in the morning than to probe your nose with a cotton swab. I'm here to tell you that is better than any coffee, espresso, strong tea, anything. It is the jumping in a cold lake. I think this is the best way, and if it didn't draw blood from doing it so many times, I probably would still be doing it now. But it is a way to wake up, and but never got it. No symptoms, no positive tests. I tested every day for like 15 days. It was like nothing. Okay,
impressive.
But I'm not here to talk to you about my nostrils. I'm here to talk to you about this morning
as disappointing
routine.
as that is.
While they were isolating the dogs, because I was keeping the dogs from them as well, because the dogs can be a vector, I think Sophie got really upset, like really sad.
Oh.
And so she started licking her, like, paw, or not paw, but just above her paw, and licking until the point where she like licked the hair off, and then eventually, what ends up happening is you get this thing called a lick granuloma, which is like, it's basically like they've licked away, and it can get nasty, it can get infected, it can get like It's not good. It is not good. And a lot of times, sometimes it happens because there's an injury or like a bug bite or something, and so they're looking at it because it's irritating them. Right. But a lot of times, especially like with this dog, it's going to be psychological. So the treatment, you can put there's a antibiotic ointment and stuff you can put on it, but you have to put them in a cone because they can't. You have to keep them from licking.
Right.
So. And anyone who knows anything about Australian Shepherds knows that they're lickers. They love to lick. And if you put this cone on them, it's not a great thing. They're not loving life. Okay. So I'm going to bring it all together here. The problem is that now she's in this cone. Okay, she's in this cone because she's healing. And in the morning, I let her out of the cone. I take the cone off. She's like, no cone, it's lovely. And she eats her breakfast and she's all happy. And she goes outside and she's all happy. And she comes in and I scratch her behind the ears. And she's like, I so wanted that spot scratch for so long because I can't get to it. And all the things, okay. And then I give her the bully and I give Luna the bully and it's great. And now I have to stay up. Because she can't really eat this thing without the cone. I mean, with the cone on. I mean, I guess she can, but not the way that she does it. So I have to leave the cone off, but I can't go back to bed with the cone off because she will just proceed with licking as soon as she's finished the bully. So I have to stay up. So if I'm up, I'm going to be productive, Marcus. I'm going to be productive. And so I put the kettle on and I make myself some tea, right? And I sit there with my tea, and if I'm having tea, I might as well have a couple biscuits.
Yeah,
Well, she happens to like the smell of biscuits. So now she will come and sit down next to me, leaving her bully somewhere, expecting me to feed her something. And I'm like a little morsel of something. I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you here? Where is your bully? Come on. I'm only up. So what are you doing? So now I'm in this situation where like I can't do anything. I can have my tea. I can't eat anything because if I eat something, it's going to distract her from what she's supposed to be eating as a treat while I'm sleeping.
Right.
Because that was the way this all worked before. And now I'm wide awake. And now I'm wide awake until I don't know. They finish the bully, and if I'm still a little tired, then maybe I'll try to go back to sleep for a little bit. But then my schedule's all thrown off, right? And I'll get this stupid little message from Aura, the ring thing, saying, "Hey, good job on the nap. Would you like to add the nap to your sleep?" Well, yeah, I kind of would like to. Thank you. Like, great, and improved your readiness score. Well, thank you. That's great. So I'm asking. At what point am I in the syndrome category?
I think we passed that point a long time ago, to be honest with you, after all of this. Yeah, I think you're in the disorder area now.
But it's not my disorder. It's just like everyone else. Like,
it's general disorder, but
it's definitely general disorder. Yes. So there's that. So there's that's happening. And so I had. They're out of reach now. But I actually used my glasses for the first time driving. Last night when I was driving home. And I was like, then here I am at the stoplight. Better, better. And I know I'm thinking like, people are looking at me like, well, just leave them on, man. They work a lot better if you just leave them on. What do you? Is it better? No, I don't know.
I'm doing a weird 3D thing right now.
That might be better. It might be better. I don't know if it's better. Can I see? Can I read the sign? Yeah, I can kind of read the sign, but should I just leave them? Just leave them alone. But like I felt like, oh, maybe they'll actually be beneficial tonight because I'm a little, it's like my eyes are tired.
Oh, right, yeah. So they don't have to work so hard to focus on stuff.
I don't know whether it helped or not, Marcus. I really don't. But I wore them and I looked ridiculous, and then I put them away. So there's that. That's exciting.
Yeah, clearly.
I got new Buble.
Buble.
Not sponsored
is that
this is a brand new flavor for me.
A Buble.
This is coconut pineapple Buble.
Coconut pineapple.
Coconut pineapple. So it's kind of like having, a what do you call that? Pina colada.
Pina colada. Getting caught in the rain. Do you get caught in the rain
without that.
when you drink that?
I mean, I guess you could. What's a little strange? I don't think the other Bubles have this. Maybe they do. Do you know a lot about Buble?
I know nothing about Buble. I don't even know anything about Michael Bublé.
This one has This one has like a smiley face with a mustache, like a Ted Lasso style.
Huh?
Do you see that?
Is that actually a smiley face? Because seems like the mouth.
So.
The mouth is not where. Like one of those things is misplaced. Either the mustache or the mouth is off.
I don't know.
But see, you notice how your mustache also assumes the shape of your mouth. That one looks like it's like almost above the nose.
Maybe it's a chin. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't design it. I just think it's weird.
It's very weird. Clearly,
but I don't know. I don't know why the mustache would be on the coconut pineapple Buble and not on the other ones.
Oh no, who's the guy that's saying "escape" parentheses the Pina Colada song?
I'll drive you coconuts. Yeah, it's clever.
It's very very punny.
Would you say who's the guy who's the guy who said what?
Who's saying "escape" parentheses the Pina Colada song? It's if you like Pina Coladas guy. Did that guy have a mustache? Did he have my point.
Oh, I bet he did.
Probably so.
He did. You're supposed to know these things.
For whatever reason, I can't think of that guy's name. I'm not doing too well.
You can't count on me to know
episode.
these things. I don't know what you're.
Well, you know about like Chuck Mangione.
Not Michael Douglas.
So. No, it was not Michael Douglas. I think. I'm not 100% sure on that because I don't know.
Well, I don't know what to tell you then.
This would be Rupert Holmes. Yeah,
he definitely has a mustache. There's no doubt he's got to have a mustache. Anybody with the name Rupert
looks like
Holmes
he has a full
mustache.
beard.
Okay, well,
which does include a mustache, admittedly.
Yes, that's true.
But yeah, I should have figured that. Most of those sort of 70s yacht rock guys all had some kind of beard,
mustache. Yeah. Or beard or something. Yeah.
Except for Daryl Hall. For whatever reason, he did not do the facial hair when everyone around him was.
Well, John Oates.
Yeah, he had a big old Ted Lasso mustache.
All the time.
Yeah. Still does.
Does he still? Yeah, he still does.
Probably.
I don't think you can get rid of that, right? I mean, how do you...
Well, that's what we were talking about that the other night about Sam Elliott and how, like...
Oh, yeah. He looks way different.
Like, it must be in his contract because you very rarely... Now, he will shave it for, like, this role and then maybe 700 years later, that role. But for the most part, it's a giant old handlebar, super duper...
It's somewhat limiting in your roles.
Like,
I mean,
it has its own contract for that movie, right? Like, it's listed in the credits separately from Sam Elliott. It's that
and
monumental.
And the supporting wax. Yeah.
Oh, and it may be even getting paid more than Sam is, but yeah, he's like everywhere, and it's like Anson Mount, the guy who's currently playing Captain Pike in the quite excellent Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, and and played Cullen Bohannon in Hell on Wheels. Like his contract is must have supremely, like, supernaturally awesome hair. Because he in both of those series he has that.
Oh, really? What is his name again? Yeah. Now I have to search.
Anson Mount, Ansonmount, and Really, really cool guy and excellent actor. But he's got like seriously
he has
like
Spock
supernatural hair. Well, I think that might be Spock. Spock certainly has Spock hair.
I can't. Oh, okay. Let's see this here. Huh. I mean, okay. I think I think there's a lot of product there.
Well, certainly that, yeah. But
very
look at him
product.
in Hell on Wheels, Anson Mount Hell on Wheels. That's the hair that I want.
Oh, it's longer.
Look at that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it's the level of gray that's in it is awesome. It's I don't know. It's just dude's got the hair game going on.
Look at that nice little wave to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Rugged looking fella.
And as I said, excellent actor.
I didn't need to see that though. Okay.
Was there something where
you scroll enough, you reach something you don't really want to see?
Well, true. Especially since the guy's name has Mount in it.
Yeah, it ain't Mount Rushmore, folks.
That's more of a canyon.
Oy. Wow.
Oy.
This is going in a good direction fast. Oh, it was right. Oh, did you see today when I spilled soda all over Zach?
I came in after that. I always miss the good part. For whatever reason, I come in right after because when I'll bring it up and everybody's going, "Oh my God, I can't believe that happened," and I'm like, I missed it again. So no, I did see the aftermath. I didn't realize it was your fault.
It was my fault in the sense that it was my beverage, right, and my arm that knocked it over.
So it was in all senses your fault. It was only my fault in the sense that I caused it to happen.
Yeah, but like the thing is that I'm also, I usually have very good proprioception. I'm the one that's aware of where all the things are on the table and who's about to knock something off and everything, right? So, but the problem there was that there were a lot of moving pieces. Like things kept getting delivered to the table, and I was trying to reach over because I'm operating the gimbal and also trying to pay attention to the stuff happening on the screen. And then I'm reaching over and I was I had put it down like on the other side of the table so I could actually eat something hands free.
Yeah.
Like, right. So it was when I was coming back from that that I clipped the cup, and I don't think I knew the cup was there. Like I think the cup possibly had gotten delivered. It certainly couldn't have gotten delivered while I was stretching across, but it happened in such close proximity that like my brain hadn't remapped the world around that yet, and so it didn't exist in my elbow. It hadn't gotten communicated to my elbow, and so then that all happened. And it's one of those moments where everything goes into kind of like slow motion.
Oh yeah.
Like you're like, I hit it and it goes, and then in your mind you're thinking, okay, hit the undo. Just go ahead and hit undo. Oh no, that's not going to work. And then surely it's not all going to end up like leaving. Oh no, it's already out of the cup. It's all now out of the cup. Huh. Funny how fast that worked.
We are past the point of no return here.
And then you realize like, oh, it's all. Look at that. Oh, it made a lot of sound. That's an unfortunate sound. Oh, I don't like that sound at all.
And it was caught on video.
And it's all. No, but that's the thing. I think I have to go back and watch because I think it was all just outside of the frame.
Oh, okay.
Like I think all of this was just outside of the frame. So all they could hear probably was like the whoosh and the ah and the,
right.
and somehow it was like I hit it with my elbow, I guess, hard enough. The cup didn't actually leave the table. It like stayed on the table, but ended up somehow projecting
Hurling
enough
it.
of the soda in a vertical direction, horizontal direction that it ended up in Zach's lap.
Right. So it kind of
Not just on
highlights
his
some
shoes.
soda over there.
Yeah, I don't know how that actually worked, but it was like, that's what happened.
Well, now I'm sad that it
And,
didn't get caught on video, because then we could have like slowed it down and analyzed how this happened.
Right. So of course, the natural. Well, we can go back. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. It's off frame. So, all right. So I take my napkin, of course, and I'm just like, I'm gonna cover up the evidence. Like I'm just gonna
on
think,
Zach?
here, just like drape. Here, let's just drape this over your lap, Zach. Here, just drape this. Here, you want nothing to see here. Can we get a little caution tape? Well, please do not cross
So
the
when you
line.
spill
tape.
something on
That's
the carpet and you move the furniture over. It's a living thing that you've spilled on. Like your Zach, get under this couch.
Poor Zach would. It's like, Jason, for the show, yeah, I'll do it for the show. No problem. Whatever works.
Okay.
Poor,
All right. Zach, whatever you need.
oh my God, he's such a anyway. So he's such a good guy. So I'm not making eye contact with him at all at this point because I just feel terrible.
Right.
And then I realize, like, as I'm placing this napkin down, like my instinct is now to like start cleaning it up, right? Like I'm gonna like help. And then I realized, like,
Zach would prefer you didn't.
I think we would all prefer that. And all I can think of is, Lisa there's right to my left thinking, like, what is happening over here?
Yeah. Of all times, you've got 3 other people on the show.
It's like, oh yeah, I think Ben and Becca were just rolling.
Yeah.
And Lisa was just happy it wasn't on her direction. And all I
Zach
could
is
think to
going,
say to
well,
Zach,
of course.
oh my God, it was so much. It was like all the soda ever in the restaurant ever, like somehow like funneled into this one direction, and it was icy too, so it was just like cold.
Oh.
And all I could think to say to him was, "It's diet, like it won't be sticky."
At least there's that.
As if that's consolation. And then I can see the duck over to my left, or my right rather, like just eyeing it up, like, oh.
Yeah, for anybody who knows, this was all happening at Geyser Point at Wilderness Lodge, and there's ducks that just kind of wander through there. It's an outdoor place to eat, kind of.
An
it's
outdoor
under a
bar and
roof.
grill kind of venue. Yeah.
But ducks are always wandering around in there.
Wonderful
As a matter of
place.
fact, if you go back to our on location show,
We were there.
That was there. Also ducks. We pointed out the ducks while we were there.
Did point out the ones who tried to go in the kitchen.
Yeah, right. Because they were mad about.
Remember?
Their
went
duck food was undercooked or something.
So he's fine. It turns out he's
good.
fine.
I'm glad he ended up being okay.
Oh, good Lord. He did leave this like brown stain, like a.
Did he leave
like
the stain though?
No,
did you leave the stain?
Soda left the stain. It's like
I think
this watermark.
blaming that stain on him is a little disingenuous.
I didn't say it. It left it.
The stain was there. Who left it there? Well, who can say?
And the best is also that the server, she brought us, trying to be helpful. She brought like this moderately sized stack of paper napkins, like the kind that are useless. We've talked about, like they're just. That just feels insult. Like you don't have a towel back there, maybe.
Right. Yeah.
Like
I know you do.
Maybe a washcloth you haven't used, the kind you use to wipe the tables down and stuff. Where did the new ones come from? How about you grab one of those? She grabs like this moderately sized stack, like maybe an inch at the most thick stack of paper napkins.
Wax paper.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah. That was something that impressed me over here next door. One time we went, like after it had been raining and we were going to sit outside, and I was at the Crooked Can getting our drinks, and I said, "Hey, do you guys have any extra napkins? These tables out here are pretty wet." And he was like, here you go," and he just tossed me this towel, and I was like, "Awesome!" And he was like, "Just bring it back," and I was like, "Cool." So I went out there, used the towel, brought it back. And I mean, it's amazing how much, I mean, I guess you're kind of in the mindset of paper towels is the best I can hope for. And so when you get surprised by an actual towel, it's almost like you've never used a towel before, because you're like, look at this. Look at how good a job this does.
Are you guys
We should get
this?
some of these. Wait, we have some of these. The towel place is full of towels. What am I talking about? But for whatever reason, in that environment, it's just kind of surprising.
Because you don't carry a towel around with you typically. Right.
Which, I should. I mean, as much as I enjoyed that book when I was a kid.
And I mean, I didn't today. But in my gear bag, I usually carry like a little couple towels, like the surgical towels, because they're lint free.
It was like a microfiber type towel.
No, it's like it's a cotton, it's surgical towel, and you can buy them on Amazon, and they're blue, and they usually use them for like packs and stuff. Yeah, and they're lint free, which is the important thing.
Yeah.
And they're great because they're good for like cleaning your camera lens and stuff. But they're also great for like in the park. You're like, I need to dry this off, or I need to like wipe my brow. I got sweat all over myself, like that sort of thing. But I didn't have my gear bag, so I didn't have the towel. So there's that. Oh, we should put that on your stuff. We should put that on the.
Yeah, as we were just making a note of that.
Yeah.
Because I go like backpacking and camping and stuff, and I've got a like a microfiber kind of towel that's really light, and it packs in. It folds down into a really like pretty small thingy. And I was thinking I should probably start carrying that around. That would be a good idea. I think.
That's a good idea. Yeah. It's nice because you do feel like you have a superpower.
It's
when
crazy.
when there's that moment, and it's like having Gore-Tex shoes, like having some water resistant or waterproof shoes on, and it's raining, and you feel like you're invincible.
Right.
Like
right.
Who would have thought?
Suddenly I'm Wolverine over here.
I can do whatever. All these people are tiptoeing around the puddles.
I haven't changed the way I walk at all.
It's like the floor is lava moment, when it's like raining and like, out here I am. Push, push, push.
Bottom.
No problem here. Not at all.
Dry as a bone. Well, at least from the ankles down.
Yeah, except that one time I was in another, well, not that time, but another time I was in Epcot. It always rains so hard in Epcot. I was in Epcot with Henry, and I even had an umbrella, but it was my little umbrella. And I've realized I'm walking and my toes are wet. Now I had my waterproof shoes on, and it had an umbrella. How are my toes wet? I could feel like and it's feeling that you get that mushy when your socks start to get wet, and you feel that spongy. Like, wait a second, how is this even happening? How is this happening? Well, I'll tell you how it's happening. I think it's called osmosis. Because while the small umbrella was protecting my head and shoulders and my torso area, right? It was not protecting my pants. And my pants were slowly but surely taking on water. Yeah. And then, of course, dispersing it evenly in both directions, but probably mostly down because of gravity also, right? So eventually the water hits my socks and follows the sock all the way down into the shoe. Right.
So your shoe started taking water. And
From
around
the
11 p.m.,
socks,
the
from the
cook came on
legs.
deck and said, "Fellas, it's been good to know you."
Yes.
I hear they call that like Gitchy Gumi.
I just think, I mean, how did I not think that? Like, how did I not see this? How did I foresee? How did I not foresee
Yeah.
this? Probably like but this really had never happened in my life. Like, I thought I had it covered. Like, I thought I had figured it out. Oh, I got the waterproof shoes on. I got these pants that aren't like. They're fine. They're not like waterproof pants, but they're a little resistant. And I got the rain jacket. Oh, I had a rain jacket on.
Rain
too.
jacket.
I think that
okay.
also. I think the rain jacket contributed.
Probably so, because without it, like it probably channeled water downward.
I think exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, like, was it particularly windy? I guess because that also can cause.
No,
like,
it wasn't.
Really?
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
that's the thing. Yeah, it was just a downpour.
Because sometimes you got that umbrella and you're like, okay, I'm doing okay. But if the wind is too, if it blows it up under there,
I think it was September 3rd, 2021.
September 3rd.
If anyone's interested in checking out the weather for September 3rd, it was September. Oh, maybe it wasn't. Hold on, it was. Well, it wasn't September 3rd because that's a Friday. I think it was September 4th or 5th. It was a weekend. 4th or 5th.
No.
If anyone
it's
wants to
important
check
that
out
you
that
remember.
It's
very important we get this right.
Somebody will look it up and they'll find out like, oh yeah, no, I was there was this much rain. It got this many inches. There were this period of time. Mark my word.
That was definitely a rain that would fill up a waterproof sneaker.
Yeah. In case you're wondering. Yeah. It's just a little disappointing. Like if you go in with regular shoes and your feet get wet, you're like, of course.
Yeah.
Right. But if you go in with slightly uncomfortable but waterproof shoes, and then they take on water, you feel like a fool. You're like, okay.
And at that point, the waterproofness of the shoe almost works against you. It's keeping the water in. And now you're walking around in little shoe-shaped aquariums.
It was nasty in there. And then your feet look like little prunes at the by the time you get back home. And it's not great.
Oof.
That's not great. Wolf is right.
Oof.
So, but Zach did get some soda in his shoes too, apparently. So
shoe soda.
Yeah.
Oof. Diet or not, that sucks.
It's a delicacy in some countries, but
it is.
Unfortunately, this isn't one of them.
No, it's something not to be, a consummation devoutly not to be wished, as Shakespeare would say.
Yeah, and I feel like a little bit of a heel because when the server came over,
I get it.
Yeah, that too. Now that I think about it, it just occurred to me when the server came over and I think she saw all of this was when she discovered us, and she came over and to ask, like, "Can I get you anything? Does anybody need anything? Can I get anything?" And my answer to her was not, "Hey, yeah, can we get a towel?" My answer was, "Yeah, I'm going to need another soda."
You got your priorities going there. That's good.
I think maybe I was trying to be ironic. I don't know. But I really did need another soda. And also, this guy needs a towel.
Mine's all over this guy. That's not where I want it.
I did such a good job blotting him, it's hard to tell that he needs it, but I'm sure he needs a towel.
We need to stuff his shoes because
he's scarred from the blotting, but other than that, he's fine. Like he's dry.
I understand he's bringing suit against me, but
a rain suit, hopefully. Oh, yeah. So that all happened.
Nice.
Yeah. How was your day?
It was good. Pretty low key as Wednesdays go.
low key's the best.
True. Kind of a rascally trickster guy. But
Exactly.
as
Very
you
good.
may remember, we had dinner the other night, you and I and the ladies. And at that dinner, we pinned something at the dinner.
You remembered.
I did. Well, I had to
I don't
scroll back
remember.
up because
I'm glad you did remember.
pulled out my phone and sent you a text message sitting at the same table with the pin. And we were going to talk about massages,
Oh no.
which I think is what you said at the dinner table when the subject came up. You told me to pin it, so I thought maybe there was something.
Do we have enough time? Is the question? Do we have enough time? Because what can't be said? Isn't there's so much to be said about massages? I mean, Emily's fault.
True.
Because she brought it up. She said, like I forget what she introduced the subject. It didn't feel awkward, no pun intended. But it seemed I think she said something like do you get massages or do you have a massage person or something? And
yeah, she's looking for a new one.
And I don't. And I wish we did, but I don't.
Yeah.
And then I think that she asked if I like massages. Then I remember saying, "You don't seem like somebody who would like massage." That was the funny part.
In her
'Cause I
defense,
said, I like massages.
You don't.
And she says, "You don't seem like somebody like I like massages. It's fine, but you just seem like a germaphobe. When people touching you." And I think the thing is that yes, of course, I don't want germs.
Again,
no one
where's
does.
the lie?
And I don't want like the thing. There's a difference between people touching you who shouldn't be touching you,
Right, that aren't scheduled
and
to
people
touch you.
who you're paying to touch you, and that doesn't sound right.
No. And yet,
That's what it is. That's what it is, right? Touch me for a while and I'll pay you some money. That's exactly what massage is. I think it's like that's it.
it is.
That's it. That is
touch
it.
me
It's what it
like
is.
firmly, hard.
For a while, or gently if you like that. I mean, if it's like people, some people
maybe.
like that.
Usually it's to
The Swedish massage,
squish
isn't
out
that
your
like a-
toxins and whatnot.
Isn't Swedish massage like kind of like less firm?
I don't think that it's certainly less
Like-
firm than like a deep tissue massage, but I don't know that I would
Yeah.
refer to it as light. Because I mean, if it's too light, it's not going to be doing anything really. Right? You're supposed to be manipulating the muscular tissue, and I don't know what the science is behind that. It just
So they shouldn't use a feather.
probably not.
So,
No feather, no.
dude, would you like a feather on your feet this time, sir? I think I'll pass.
No thanks.
So, I don't know. You do the massage thing, right? You've gotten massages.
Yeah.
Can you remember
Got
your
one earlier
first
this
one?
week too? My first one. It was I was very late to the massage game. I think I was in my 30s the first time I got a massage, and I think it like a one you go and you pay for or whatever. Like people had rubbed my shoulders and stuff before then. It wasn't an aversion to that kind of contact or whatever. It was just
Sure.
I don't know. It felt weird to like the very first time I went and got one. It was I would hate to see a video of what I acted like because I'm sure I was extremely awkward and very like not sure what I'm supposed to do and they don't tell you, right? You don't know if you're supposed to.
There's no manual.
To do, yeah,
I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, and you don't know if you're supposed to. Am I supposed to get completely naked, or what am I supposed to do? And,
Right, the
and
doctor's office, they tell you, like, strip down, like,
Right.
but leave your underwear. They'll tell you those,
Right.
they'll say those words.
And
Take off all your
that's always the
clothes,
problem,
including your
right?
underwear.
Because that's still the problem I have with like that's one of the reasons that we didn't go to an onsen when we were in Japan is because I don't know the rules. I don't know.
What's
Am I
an onsen?
supposed to
Wait,
be?
what's that?
An
What's an
onsen
onsen?
is a hot spring. It's like it's a place where you kind of soak in hot spring water from a natural hot spring nearby, and it's kind of a spa-like experience. But it's very traditional, and it's the areas are separated to male and female, and I don't know. Am I supposed to go in there where the other people are? Am I supposed to be naked? What else would I be wearing? Like, I'm not supposed to get in there with a towel on. And surely that's not the case. But
Right. And you don't have a swimsuit.
But I would much rather be the guy that went in there with a towel and wasn't supposed to than the guy that went in there naked and wasn't supposed to.
Well, could you go in with your towel and then you kind of evaluate with the situation?
That's the problem. Everybody is sitting down in the
tub.
water.
But they're not in the tub they're not in the water with the towel.
It's a really big, like, it's not it's not like a hot tub. It's actually a rather large.
Did you Google it?
Well, see, that's the thing is that once you get there and you don't realize you don't know until you're already in the situation and you're committed. That's why I was like, I don't know.
And I'm looking at pictures of it now.
and they're supposedly very awesome.
Right there. People also ask, do you wear clothes in an onsen?
when you arrive, certainly.
this is a very onsen etiquette. Okay, first of all, did you know that there's a website called themanual.com? So that's
I did not. Is that manuals for all the things?
And there's onsen etiquette, 7 basic rules for hot springs in Japan, the manual. And number 2 in said manual is you must be completely naked.
Okay.
There's no way around this one. In Japan, clothing, towels, and any other garment that may be worn are considered sullied or dirty and should never, ever be brought into an onsen.
Yeah. I would imagine you have to shower before you go in there, too, because cleanliness is extremely big there. Which is not weird. I get it. That's.
But still, now
it's a
I have
good
to
thing
be.
to be.
Isn't that problematic? They're all sitting in there, and you're like, "Oh, can you guys just?" I'm gonna walk over and in, and I need all of you to just pretend like I don't exist. Don't even acknowledge my existence until I get in and I'm situated. Okay.
I think
what if there's no room?
I think though, being in Japan, that's already going to happen. Now, if this was in like Brooklyn or something. Then
you mean that they're going to,
culturally speaking, they're already going to not, they're going to keep their eyes
when
on
the white dude walks in with no clothes on.
Oh yeah,
they're just going to
no. They have no interest in seeing you. So.
Well, I realize that. I mean, they don't know what they're missing.
True,
but that's fine.
And I think they like to keep it that way. What we
know. That's why we avert our eyes. So
when the white dude walks in, they probably are going to go, here we go.
What about it's like a hot tub kind of thing though, right? Like if you get in, like don't you have to kind of eyeball and see like is there room for me?
Well, surely you would do that before you disrobe.
How do you know? You can. You're not. You've had to shower and get all clean, and then you're going to go in. You can't go into the space with clothes on.
I think that they probably know how many people are in there and know how many. If it's an 8-person onsen,
like the ticket taker person is going to say, "Oh, you got to wait." Like the queue.
Yeah, hold up. As soon as somebody comes out, then you can go in. Probably something along those lines. Yeah, just don't queue up. Naked.
I
keep the robe on.
Can I wait for the middle, please? Because I don't want to see bendy Eiffel Tower, please. Thank you very much.
If smaller aviators don't measure up to the height indicator on the seat.
So, I don't think I could do it either. Like, and you can't go with somebody you know. Like, we couldn't do this together.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
We're not like
that was the other part of it, right?
Anybody, I couldn't even do this with my brothers. Like, I couldn't.
Yeah.
There's no one in the world other than a stranger who I would feel comfortable doing this. But then you're all alone in this experience, and that's terrifying as well.
Yeah, I mean, I could see like if there was like a one person, if it was like a whole bunch of rooms with one person onsens in them, then you can go, or I guess onsen is the whole thing. I guess one person, whatever, spring tubs, then that would be okay. That would be fine. But like you said, it's like there's two options. If you're not going to do that, there's two options, and neither of them are great. If you have somebody with you that you're going with, like either the big one and you and your buddy are in this thing with all these other people, or it's like one of those like private karaoke rooms, and there's a private one in there with like 4 people that can fit in there. And now you and your buddy are naked just staring at each other in this pool of hot water. And like none of that sounds fun.
No, so
it's literally something you can only do if you're by yourself or with one other female who's going to be in the other side of the building.
Yeah. This is very stressful. This is more stressful than a massage, that's for sure. And because a massage, at least it's not group embarrassment with a massage.
Right. And this is supposed to be relaxing, so
yeah, good luck.
I guess. Yeah.
I mean,
I guess they need to like sell a lot of alcohol there or something and kind of chill you out a bit. Maybe.
So I'm trying to remember the first time I got a massage, and could it have been? Is it possible? Is it possible that my first massage was in South America? I think it could be my first massage. Yeah, I'm thinking about this. I don't know that I had a massage before my trip to this would have been in Chile in the Andes, and at Valle Nevado, and it was, and there was one massage slot open, I think, one last one because we didn't book them in advance, and my business school teammate had booked it, but he graciously said, like, I'll split the time with you because I think I forget what he had gotten, like whatever the time was. So we did. So we arranged.
Tag teamed a massage.
If it was like a 90-minute massage, we got like split like 45 or something. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know because I don't speak Spanish. Okay, this is very important.
Okay.
So we'll go through all that stuff. It's also important to remember that the altitude. The altitude at Valle Nevado, I'm going to look it up because you won't believe me if I get this wrong.
I'm sure it's pretty high.
Let's see, how high is it? Oh,
it's so high.
Okay, so the base elevation of Valle Nevado is 9,843 feet, which is 3,000 meters. Top elevation's 17,815 feet. That's clearly the peaks and stuff where you're skiing from. Yeah. This is a ski resort, and this is in August, so it would have been winter in Chile. All right, so I'm going to this massage. I had a bit of altitude sickness. I think we've talked about that whole incident, but I don't think we talked about
we did. Yeah.
And so I had some altitude sickness already, but it wasn't the onset. It wasn't like terrible yet. So I get the massage, and I remember I had this question of. Because I think they told me in English, like, get undressed, take your clothes, like, and then I'm like, I'm all alone.
Yeah.
I don't have anybody to ask what to do. So I just took all the clothes, like, I just took everything off and hope for the best. Like, please,
that's
at least don't embarrass me with my decision.
Right. Yeah. I hope this is what I was supposed to do.
I may have asked Maurice, who's my teammate, I may have asked him ahead, like, what do I take all my clothes off or some of my clothes? And I think he had said, like, no, you take all your clothes off. But at the same time, I was like, Maurice,
are you screwing with me now?
Maybe. Right.
Yeah, no, definitely take all your clothes off, lay on top of the covers, and if they have a potted plant, put that on top of your.
Okay.
Right.
They love that. That's the tradition.
Said the
here.
word. I get in, I assume the position, and I get under the thing and everything, and in comes, I don't remember his name, but I do remember being surprised that it was a him. Because in my head, I had never considered the alternative, like there's the possibility that
Jorge wasn't going to be in here.
Right. And then
Hola.
I laid there, and he kind of spoke in. And he didn't really speak English much, I don't think. So there wasn't any conversation. I've had that too, where there's somebody wants to have a conversation with you. Don't have a conversation, please.
Yeah, well, during the massage.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah. I'm very much let's not talk.
This person, he's doing the massage and everything. And I can't tell you, it was like a deep tissue-ish. I've had deep tissue massages that were much more like deep tissue than this was, but this was not like a gentle thing. But at some point, he's massaging, and he's kind of making sounds like it's so quiet. I don't think, maybe there wasn't like a sound machine in the room. Like maybe there wasn't like the music or something. I don't know. I think it was just too quiet maybe. So all I could hear was his breathing and his like
sort of
like
grunting with exertion.
Yeah, grunting with exertion.
Hopefully.
Not what you want to hear from Jorge while you're naked in your first massage experience.
Yeah, for your first, that's a pretty crazy one to have as your first experience. I'm surprised you got a second one later.
And he's making these sounds, and all I can think is, please, dear God, just make it stop. Please make it stop. Please. I got through it somehow.
It's amazing how awkward it gets fast when something goes wrong with the music. It's like just the other day I had one like earlier this week actually, and the Spotify massage music playlist ran out or something, and like 20 minutes into a 90-minute massage, and it's so. Like, I was pretty relaxed, I guess, at that point, and so it wasn't too bad. But it was just this, because all of the noises, like you're saying, and it's not just like grunting or whatever, it's just all of the breathing and the shuffling and all of it.
Yeah, all the stuff. The sound
front
of the
and center now, and it's just so weird and awkward.
Did they not just stop what they were doing and fix the sound?
No, she mentioned it at the end. She said that that she didn't want to like. She would rather keep the massage going so that doesn't get...
Really? Did you correct her? Did you say, hey, no, next time, please just go ahead?
Nah,
Was she using a phone? What kind of device was playing this?
I really couldn't tell you. I didn't see it. I
would have been calling it out. Hey Siri, hey Alexa, hey Google, hey whatever.
Playlist.
Like, can you please, whatever you are, please, can you please shuffle anything? It's playing Say Anything soundtrack. Fine.
There's polka music.
And I start hearing In Your Eyes. Like, okay, maybe next
In
song.
Your Eyes would be fine.
Anything other than just like the sound of... No.
Yeah.
Stop.
That's no
Don't
good.
make the sounds.
No good.
Could you not breathe, please?
I also had the thing
Maurice
where,
loved it.
Oh, well, that's good. Did he also get Jorge or?
Let's just say Maurice would be very happy to get Jorge, and I think Maurice ended up paying for a little extra long massage.
Oh, did he? Okay, well, good.
Because he did not reappear for quite some time.
Well, hey,
yeah,
those Chilean
Maurice,
massages.
more power to you, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was quite happy with his massage experience, and I was mortified. And I think he loved every bit of my story.
Yeah, I was about to say. And there's no way he didn't enjoy the fact that you were mortified.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. This is
I still am not convinced he didn't plan that in some way.
He may. Oh, he totally probably did. And he and I had roomed. We were rooming together, and God bless him. Such a great guy. And I haven't talked to him forever, but really, really good guy. He was a nurse. He was in the army. He was like a medic and nurse, and whatever. Yeah, and he's great guy. Anyway, we were in this room. We were in this great hotel, the Intercontinental in Santiago, Chile. Fantastic hotel. And the first night we're unpacking and stuff, and he comes out of the bathroom and he's like I guess he's like I don't know, he's like maybe like had moisturized or something, I don't know. And he says to me, and then remember, this is like 20 years ago, 19 years ago.
Wow.
Something like that. And he offers, he's like, do you want some nut butter? And I lost it. I laughed for like 10 minutes straight. I looked him in the eyes and said, Maurice, if you ever offer me your nut butter again, I'm going to... No. I have to sleep.
I can't believe it's nut butter.
He totally said it on purpose. But it was like a nut butter, like moisturizer thing. It was like, oh my God.
That's not nut butter.
No. Oh, God bless him. Oh, I love that guy. Great guy.
We need to put that
totally
in
set
the
me up.
store too, nut butter.
He totally set me up. So, I there's so many things. I think that happened again at the Wilderness Lodge. I got a massage there.
Yeah.
Just a couple of years later, maybe within a year, and it was another situation where that was the talker dude. He just wanted to talk.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, I'm like, and talk about like sports and stuff. It's like, buddy, I don't know anything about this.
Yeah,
like, you should ask me the name of people more than you. Like, I don't know anything. Like, what do you?
Yeah. And what, like, at what point did, like, were you gone the day that they taught, like, the sort of read the room sort of situation with the old, like, if you're talking about, like, why would you bring up sports if you're not even sure what this person you're massaging is into, and if it's sport or not? Yeah, I guess. Yeah. But it's don't do that. And I think that's one of the reasons why I like always get a female masseuse, is because there's not going to be that sort of, hey, we're both guys, let's talk about this junk. Like, they don't know what to talk about to me. I don't know what to talk about to them. So we're just going to shut up. So that's.
Plus the music usually helps cover, like.
Very much so. Yeah.
Just.
Like,
it wasn't like he said, hey,
just listen to Zamfir and his pan flute
or something. You know, you can't. I don't care who you are. There. You can't get enough pan flute.
No, absolutely not.
No. There's something about the pan flute.
Yeah, I like any of those sort of traditional, like
woodwind instruments,
flutes. You know, like not even just the reed of the thing is wood. The entire thing is made of some piece of bamboo or of like ancient tree or something. Like there's a lot of those kinds of things in like Japanese,
like all
and Asian
of Gilligan's
music.
Instruments.
Like every one of them. Like if you're not playing a coconut in some way or another, I'm not interested in your music. No. But for whatever reason, those kinds of breathy, sort of almost handmade flutes from ancient cultures, all of them are awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm right there with you. I love a good pan flute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know where you can hear good pan flute or at least woodwind? Oh, yeah, well, you can't right now anymore. I was going to say over in Animal Kingdom, at Kite Tales, like the music before and in between the shows, had fantastic music and all these sort of woodwind instruments. And
oh, cool.
It was lovely.
A lot of that music they played before Illuminations had that feel to it.
Yeah. Narada soundtrack. That's another one you can put on the list. Narada.
There's one called Cusco and Utapau or something like that.
Who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out? Who in pan flute, which was kind of interesting.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
So the one you're looking for is called Narada Decade.
Narada Decade.
It is the anniversary collection. It's the first 10 years, and it was from 1991. So the music would span, I guess, 1981 to 1991 or something.
That's math, kids.
And but just to clue you in, one of the songs that's on this, and I had this CD. I bought this CD like in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Before I knew its significance.
Mm.
And on the CD is Papillon.
Oh, cool. Yeah, from the Epcot Pathway Music in the Future World.
But it's not from it. It's like from
Well,
Nevada.
yeah, but I mean...
it's one of
where
those
Disney people would have heard that is over there. That's
Christofori's Dream is on there by David Lance, if you're familiar with that. Tomorrow's Child.
Tomorrow's Child? Like that Tomorrow's Child?
I don't think it's that Tomorrow.
Okay, I was about to say. Because I thought surely that was written for Epcot.
Can you hear that?
Yeah. And that's Tomorrow's Child?
This is Tomorrow's Child by Spencer Brewer.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely not. Tomorrow's Child.
Here, listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, good stuff. We don't get a copyright thing.
You're gonna. I think we're fine. I really do think we're fine.
Just with the possum show.
It's like there's like 31 songs on this.
Cool.
season. So you should
is it
check
on like
it out
Spotify and stuff?
I'm sure.
Man,
I know it's on iTunes.
We are cranking up this Spotify playlist stuff from the show. Like this show alone, we've referenced so many freaking songs.
Did you create one?
No, but I need to. You
really do.
I did. I wasn't sure there was enough in that last episode to do it, but now we have to.
I got an idea.
All right, hit me.
Well, you can't just have an episode playlist.
No.
No. I mean, I think you do that
show wide.
Show wide, but also I think we have to have in the mood for playlist. Like a playlist for massage, a playlist for, I don't know. I have to give it some thought, but like
so you got one.
I got one. And that happens to just be this.
I promise there's others, but
no, but I think we could they're going back to themes, like, whether it's a road trip or whether it's a
aging, snacks.
The sound, this is the
themes from the
soundtrack
show,
for aging. Yeah. Snacks with friends. Soundtrack.
I told
when
you
you're
about
in the
that.
Mood for snacks with friends.
The songs about aging. Speaking of, I told you about the "They Might Be Giants" song that goes, "You're older than you've ever been, and now you're even older, and now you're even older, and now you're even older."
I don't think that'll be a popular one though.
It sure does hammer the point home, though, right?
It does. It's true. That's true.
If there's a Carpe Diem song, if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, there's I could talk about the massage thing forever, but I won't.
Okay.